Hey everyone, welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping and friends. And we got a friend here with me up here. And here we go. There we got Laura here.
I threw myself together. I was busy editing away.
I know the feeling. I was busy typing away, working on the book. I was in the zone too. And it's like, oh crap, I gotta stop.
I got another video. I have to get these videos done because we have
a whole
a
bunch
lot more
coming up.
content coming.
You got a tidal wave of videos coming with all the build on the house.
Yes, and it's starting to. Woo! Okay, here we go.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and let me go back in here and say hi to everybody that's came in. First one in was Gear Grinding 19. Then Joe came in, said he'd be back, and he did come back. We got Troop 1351, which is the troop I used to be the Scoutmaster of in California.
Nice.
And since it says Lurking Mr. P, that tells me that it's probably one of the senior patrol leaders or the assistant senior patrol leader using the account tonight. We got Green Granny Denise here. And we got everybody chit-chatting. LG's in the house. And where to begin? Homestead. Aideneer is here. And Barry's here. Storms, Radios, and Cats. And Vision Preparedness. Hey, how's it going? All righty. So that's where we're at there. On the other news, back up there, mentioned that Camp Patton Family Compound, which is CFC, before I started the countdown, was at 3,999, which means usually I pick up 2 people overnight. So by tomorrow morning, I should definitely be at 4,000 over on that channel, which means on Friday,
sweet,
the 16th, I'm going to be doing a giveaway over there, and I'll be putting that stuff out there. And it's going to be, there's not going to be count me in stuff. It's just going to be, you show up, you making comments, and when I pull the chat, the names from the chat, and throw it on the wheel,
you have
a chance of winning. And I'll be at 10 o'clock on Friday the 16th on Camp Patton Family Compound for Friday night on the homestead. Hey, Howie! Food Forest Permaculture's in the house. All righty, and for Grayman Prepping, we're back up to 907. We've been up 907, 910 a couple times, and YouTube, when a bunch of people come in, they yank them all away. Within 15 minutes, they yank everything away. So I don't know what YouTube's problem is. I guess they just don't want to pay out for the ads they're showing on my videos. And yeah, when someone made a comment, said, "Oh, you got a long ad," and I went and looked at it, and yeah, one of my videos, they popped up an ad on it, and it's like, so I put, so I've been telling people until I'm monetized and an ad pops up, just skip the ad, because they should, they're screwing around getting me monetized. Skip the ad on them. Don't let them get the revenue on it. All righty, let's see. Let me go ahead and get some stuff changed away up here. So I can take that down, so I don't need that up anymore. Bring this up. There we go. So we're going to start off with a couple. I got 3 news articles from California. The first one is kind of like a laugh or cry one. Okay. Now I've been talking about how California is giving out all these millions or billions of dollars in surplus money to anyone that has a vehicle registered to offset the high gas prices. Okay. First news article that came out on the 19th. California forecasts. All right. Right now they got this huge billions of dollars surplus. Forecast a $25 billion deficit amid quote, and this is quoted in the thing, quote, threat of recession, unquote. California is not in a recession at all right now. The inflation is going off the off the rails there. It's just insane. And so they're saying, "Oh, we got a threat of recession." No, you got a threat of inflation slowing down. That's not the same thing as a recession.
Right.
Someone posted a great meme, and it said, "It was about gas prices. Just because gas prices drop $1, don't celebrate. You're still $4 over the price it was before."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you still got $4 more to knock off it and get it back down to where it was. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Spicy tuna rolls.
What is going on here?
The bat phone is ringing, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I got a spammer from San Francisco. Bye, spammer. Ugh.
I get them from everywhere, and it's usually a prophet telling me, warning, and I'm like, whatever, dude.
Hey, spicy tuna rolls, how's it going? It wasn't an alarm. It was actually I have two phones. My old one, which all my alarms are on, and I got my other one, and they were stacked on top of each other. And I go, what the heck's going on? That's why it took me so long to realize, oh, wait a minute, it's the actual phone call. But, yeah, spicy tuna. You know what it is about the price, gas prices? They're still insanely high.
Mm-hmm. There.
All right. So anyway, that was the first news article. Is California forecasts a $25 billion deficit among the threat. Oh, we're getting a threat, so we're going to have a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, goes right along with the second one here. Now, I am on the second one here. Bear with me. I am not discounting the loss listed in it. Okay. But what I am discounting is the politicalization of the death of these two kids by the state of California and among something that is patooties. And I'll explain a lot more here. So the headline is 2 children under 5 die from RSV as cold and flu season slams California. And in the article, they toss in the red dragon, of course, which is interesting because only, let me try to remember how many counties in California. I think there's like 3 or 4 counties only in California that are reporting stuff over the weekend. All right, to the state of California. The state of California is not reporting it over the weekend to anybody. They're just not reporting it. But I know counties are reporting it to them because I've gone in and I've hit the counties and they're popping it up and populating.
Right.
But the state of California is not reporting anything over the weekend dealing with the red dragon because the numbers are so friggin' low. It's no longer cost effective. They can't justify the cost of having people working overtime on Saturday and Sunday to gather the numbers and report them. Okay.
Now they're reporting on the flu, though, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, several doctors have been screaming about this as well. This uptick in the red dragon is not the red dragon. It is the other coronavirus called the flu. And since the home test detects both as the same thing. All right. And here's the other one, which can impact the nation a bit, which, of course, some of this I think is highly justified with the way these Adam Henry, sorry, using a police code here to describe these people. 900 plus Bay Area tech jobs slashed in climbing layoffs. And most of them are from which company just got bought out by Eon. All right, you late brains, you're all fired. All these people are sitting around dinging, going through and trying to ding any right-wing post and canceling stuff. And they all got, a bunch of them got, over 900 have gotten fired and more are getting fired. And it's like, hey, they deserve it. Trying to censor freedom of speech. Now, I just saw Spicy Roll said about the flu going on late. If everybody would remember what they used to tell us 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, wash your hands often with warm soap and water.
Take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins and minerals. Eat healthy. Don't go outside in the cold without wearing proper clothing. And that will keep your immune system up so you're better off to fight off any bug that wants to get you. Okay. So that takes care of the news. I'm off my rant. But
you're all ranted out.
I'm all ranted out what I have news articles to rant on that are worth ranting about.
Hey, Bob.
And Bob, look both ways before you cross the street. Right, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And the other thing, Howie, you're so right. Especially when you consider here in Western civilization, where we got fast food, processed food, and everything else. And Bob, you have the link in your email. So, and another thing, hey guys, even if it's wintertime, even if you're not sick, remember, hydrate, because people stop drinking the amount of water they should drink because they're no longer sweating and thinking they're thirsty. Yeah. And as Darren from Down Under Forge would say, I'm drinking water that has been filtered through coffee beans. He's always talking about how much coffee he drinks.
Yeah. Some of us can't do that.
Cover your mouth when you cough. Look down and away when you're coughing or sneezing away from people. Because when you cough, I'm trying to remember the miles per hour now. I think it's something like 40 to 50 miles an hour for a cough. The small moisture spittle coming out of your mouth. And if you sneeze, that's upwards closer to 100 miles an hour, that coming out.
Yeah.
So, cough and sneeze down and away from people.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, yeah. And wait. My wife still in California because all the idiots in California think, oh, I've been with the non-existent prevention. Don't have to worry about it. So they're going out getting sick of just everything anyways and spreading it around. So she's been wearing her mask even though they say she doesn't have to. And she's the only one. She is the only one. I hope I don't jinx her here. Knock on wood. The only one in her office that has not gotten sick in the last 3 years. The only one. And most of them have had every single jab available. And of course, this one there is always, I don't like people that haven't got it. And my wife has been biting her. I said, next time she says that, don't bite your tongue. Froze. The next time she says that about people not being jabbed, and to say, well, let's see, everybody in this office that has been jabbed has gotten it 2 or 3 times or come down with the regular flu. The one person that has not been jabbed has not been sick in the last 3 years. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? How to Garden is in the house.
Hey, How to Garden, Glenn.
Yeah. Now I need to put this back where it belongs over here. And actually, I need to mark those as red so I don't bring them up again next week. Okay. And we got the Bob.
Peace, everyone. Bob. Hello,
Good
hello.
to see you.
The other thing, too, that I've got to do, Laura, you're talking about the videos you got coming up. I ordered a propane stovetop that is indoor and outdoor for campers and in normal houses and stuff.
That's
because
cool.
I got an electric stove here. And so now I got it. I'm going to be doing an unboxing tomorrow, hopefully.
Right
and
on.
here is Carol. Woo!
Hey, Carol.
Here she is.
Hey guys.
The hottest lady in Florida right there.
Yeah. She's got that hair.
All those hot flashes Laura and I were talking about last night.
Last night.
So I got this new stovetop, 2-burner stovetop,
Right on.
portable one that I'm going to set up new shelves and stuff. I'm going to do an unboxing of it tomorrow. But once I get everything set up, then I can actually start canning with it, because the electric will not work on the pressure canner. It'll work for the water bath, but not the pressure canner.
Is it propane? Kind of like a Coleman?
It's propane.
Okay, yeah, I got one of those with my lights out gear.
And I'm going to be doing just like Sean in Alaska. I'm going to have the 5-gallon tank sitting right next to it.
Right on.
Yep.
And just plumbing it up to it with the filter and everything else on it I need, and just saying, yay! I can start pulling all that cooked frozen hamburger out of the freezer. Start canning it. Hey, Billy, how's it going? And then once I have all that stuff out of the freezer, then I'm going to buy some more 10-pound chubs, and I'm going to make meatloaf and pressure can meatloaf.
Oh, guess what?
In the half pint jars, because basically what that'll be a single serving for me.
Yeah.
I put a torture test of a Black & Decker blender today. It's $30 blender.
Mm-hmm.
I already killed it.
Oh, wow.
Chopping
Were you
up
trying to make
cardboard.
your pots, Bob?
Trying to make what?
Your pots that you were making before, your paper pots?
Oh, just making all these moving boxes and stuff, and product boxes from the move, and
Yeah.
But no, it's all slop going into compost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and later when it goes through the winter, then I'll make some of it into pots. Yeah,
Right.
I killed it. It just about 20 minutes ago it died. I wore it out. I could smell the motor overheating, and like, oh, pay dirt.
And you videoed it, right?
No, I know.
Oh, you had the
that would've
perfect
been
video,
funny.
Bob. That would have gone viral.
No. If it was smoking or something, then I would have. Yeah, look at that. But no, it just quietly died.
Hey, All Thing Acres.
It would have been
Welcome.
funny if it was smoking and then flames.
Yeah. Poof.
Hey, Bob.
Complete.
Bob burns down new home.
Oh no.
Bob. All right. Here's something to stage for tomorrow.
What?
With that blender,
Yeah.
with the blender, spray some WD-40 in there or some other combustible liquid. Fire it up and say, "Oh, it's burning up! It died!"
You want me to have a flash burn on my face? Is what you want? Oh,
No,
God.
stand back away from it. Just you have a cord, you plug it in, and you start recording as it starts smoking and stuff. All right, it's going up in flames.
Here we go. Hey, Bob, get some of that starting fluid for diesel engines. Boom! No, I'm not going to do that. I might put out a quick one tomorrow, and it died. It was about 6 hours into grinding up cardboard boxes. In fact, that died just a little while ago when I bought it. 11 o'clock this morning. But about 8 hours. About 8 hours in there.
Now,
and then
here's what's going to happen tomorrow. Bob's going to clean it all up nice and neat, put it back in the box. It died on me.
No.
I don't know what happened.
No, that's dishonest. I won't do that.
Best Buy, will you give me my money back or an exchange, please?
Yeah. What's all this cardboard inside of it?
That's why he's going to clean it up really good.
Sorry.
Hey, Bob, 20 years ago, Black & Decker would not have died.
Oh, now you're making me want noodles.
They were tough 20 years ago, and they would have kept on going.
They made good shop tools 20 years ago.
Hey, Billy.
But now,
And All Things Acres.
I think the only thing that really sold me on that one was the price and the fact that it had a glass jar. Mm-hmm. The rest of them were plastic. I did buy a used one, an Oster from a secondhand store, and the plastic jar shattered. It just broke, But
so now you have a replacement glass one for it.
I did. I had an old blender glass one in my hoard of junk, and not much, but I put it on there, and that ran for a long time. And then I went to step over it, going to get more water. Fell over and smashed the glass. And then I'm at the store today getting, man, it's a saga. It's a tearful saga.
Yeah.
It is just chicken broth and Cajun spice with rice ramen noodles, because I can't eat the regular ramen. So it's a little bit lower sodium, because it's the what do you call it? Like that semi-soft condensed stuff that you use for like making recipes richer and stuff like that.
Yeah, good thing he didn't hear your story about your blender blowing up, Bob.
It's a filter, Billy. I just look like crap lately, so I just filter all the crap out, and you get pink hair. Enjoy.
Where's my filter?
Everybody else likes it.
We got a better one on the way from Amazon. Should be arriving on Wednesday. But I got a suggestion from a fella. He's an expat living in Thailand, and he suggested one brand, and I looked into that brand. It's like $300.
Was it a blend tech or the other?
Like a Vita blend or something.
Yeah,
like
Vitamix.
Vitamix
and blend tech.
Woo. You don't use that for cardboard though.
No.
That's for. I mean, you can make soup in there. It will heat up the soup as it's making, like grinding it down. It will heat it up at the same time.
Make your own peanut butter in it. Yeah. Real easy.
Yeah, and you can make ice cream in it, and pour your ice in there, mix slushies and everything else.
I think I'd rather have a freeze dryer though.
I'm just a knucklehead. I throw leaves in with the cardboard. And
Mary has an idea for you. Why don't you just get a simple shredder? Right. Shred everything first.
Yeah.
And then add water to it.
Hey, Virginia.
Hey, Virginia.
Virginia roots. Wow. I've got pounds of shredded paper out there in the boxes, the compost boxes right now. So, yeah.
He just doesn't know I was an art major VR. So this could be a possibility in my, time period of life. Even now. Although I think in real life, this would look horrible in the Florida sun. And the roots would be a problem.
Yeah.
I need to open this other email. I have another email to talk about, folks.
I would have purple and gray hair because my roots are so gray nowadays. So I just stopped.
I would have purple, brown, and gray because I have the brown that comes through and the gray. Depends which angle you're looking at me.
All right.
Yeah, so it actually works out better. You never have to go to the stylist as far as coloring goes. And, it always looks great.
When is that? Wait, what color do I go again? What?
Shaving my head and had my hair tattooed back on my head, and that's no more maintenance.
There you go.
What do you think?
I think you would be like some of the stars that we see on
your
TV.
wife would be so upset.
She would just like, "Holla, mister."
Yeah, that's the only thing that's sexy. I'm just playing.
All right, now I got an email here. I got to share.
What do you got?
Let me bring it up here. All right, so Guns and Gears is the indoor shooting range where right nearby, and where up here goes and buys a lot of stuff and everything else. All right. Mossberg and Vortex team up with Guns and Gears for an amazing try before you buy event. On December 10th, you can meet the Vortex factory rep. The Mossberg factory rep test and fire the entire line of Mossberg shotguns and pistols for free.
Wow.
What, that's near you? Your place near you?
Yes.
Lucky you.
Every Mossberg will be on sale. Every Vortex optic will be on sale, including special orders, binoculars, red dots, and spotting scopes. Woo! Guess where I'm going to be on December 10th?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. That's awesome.
Because right along with that, because I almost bought a Mossberg up there when my wife was up the last time.
Yeah.
I call it a whippet gun. They call it something else. Historically, it's been called a whippet gun from the mid 1800s with the stagecoaches and stuff. Basically, they take a shotgun, they cut it off at the pistol grip, pour it on the stock, put a ring in there, cut it off up front, and it's called a whippet gun because the stagecoach drivers would wear it hanging down under their duster, and they could whip it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winchester used to make one like that called a Winchester Model 1896, a lever action shotgun. I don't know if Winchester still makes them. I doubt it, but
somebody else makes it. And it's so cool, and my son and I are both drooling over it.
During the coup, they didn't have any near me out of Garden. And after for quite a while.
Yeah, same with my area, Carol. We had to wait quite a while, and as soon as we found this 590 for my wife, I bought it immediately.
Yeah. They only had the ones like Gil's talking about with that pistol grip, and they were shorter, and I didn't want that. I wanted the pump action shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I fired one of those before.
Do you like that sound? Yeah. I do too. It's
sexy, and it makes criminals pee their pants sometimes. So
make me.
Henry makes it. It takes 2.5-inch shells. These are 2.5. Says on it here. Was it 2 3/4? 2.5-inch shells for the 410. 410. 5 of them in there, and you can put one in the chamber as well, so you can get 6 rounds ready to go.
You could probably also shoot the Colt long, the 45 Colt through those.
Right.
I've shot 45 Colt through a 410 shotgun before. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to. This comes with a full choke, removable full choke on it, and you can buy the other chokes. You want a half choke, quarter choke, whatever, or you just unscrew it out and you can fire slugs out of it.
Yeah, that's Laura. You said you fired the Judge, right? You were shooting 410 shotgun through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a fella. He put a target.
We only had 6 rounds of it, though. It was sad.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
He put a target on the other side of his pickup truck window with that Judge, and he pulled it out. It was birdshot for the 410 shotgun. Rack, man, it would just goodbye carjacker, you know.
Yeah. They do have the full length, full size lever action 410 shotguns as well. Henry does. And then they have, I'll scroll down here and find it down here. There it is, the mare's leg, which is what the mare's leg is what the axe is based off of. But the mare's leg is from the TV show Wanted Dead or Alive with
it's a great song by Jovi too.
The famous movie star. Anyways,
Rutger Hauer.
No.
Yeah, the old original one, yeah. The
original Wanted Dead or Alive with what's his name? Steve McQueen.
I like the brass one.
Yeah, the brass. All right, the brass one is you can get it in 45 Colt, long Colt, not the short.
Yeah.
44 Magnum or 357 Magnum.
Oh, I'd go 357.
Is that more a regular round, Bob? Like a more?
Well, plus we have a couple of them in the house already.
Yeah.
So you have that ammo already.
Yeah.
The one on top is 22, and it will shoot 22 short, long, or long rifle out of it.
Nice.
Okay.
And the bottom one is a 22 Magnum. Now the
Magnums are just what, longer 22?
Correct. They have quite a bit more
longer, and it's a hair bit bigger round.
Oh.
The case, because it won't fit into the same cylinder on my pistol.
Yeah.
So like the 22s, it'll take 10 long rifle or 16 shorts.
Dang.
And I think that puts it about 12 or 13 longs. So yeah, and that's $500 for a 22 rifle that is fun as heck and well built.
Yeah.
Well, if I picked up one of those here in Washington State, I could deer hunt with it because the 44 Magnum develops enough energy so it's legal to hunt deer.
Right.
But,
yeah. Well, I think the 45 Colt does the same thing.
Probably develops enough.
Ew, that's gross, spicy tuna roll. I'm eating here. Come on.
Oh.
And I love horses. And I don't like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Hey, WD. Hey, Don, how's it going?
You got to read Spicy Tuna Roll's comment to understand mine.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Magnum, the 22 Magnum takes 9 rounds, but the 45, 44, and 357 are all 5 rounds, 5 shots.
Tibor, how are you, Tibor? These are like novelty guns, gentlemen. Novelties.
Yeah, my son still wants to take his original 45-70 and cut it down to the Maris length. He'll only get 3 shots out of it.
Yeah.
Because he's got to cut the tube and everything down for it. It's like, dude, I will buy you the 45 one and give it to you. Give me your other one so you don't chop it down.
That's good. That's a good fair trade. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, I bought when it was hard to find, I got 2, 4. I got 6 boxes of 45-70 sitting here.
That's legal, Shawnee, that you could do that? She deer hunted with their van this year, like out the window.
No, thump.
No.
Oh.
No, you don't want to go hunt. You don't shoot out.
Yeah, I was like,
no. It's called roadkill. It's called roadkill.
Sorry, it's late. I know it's just filter Tibor. It's not permanent. Although I have one that has more of a purple tinge than red that I might do. But it's
Carol,
dark.
I don't want you to go hunting with me. You could no. I don't want you to go hunting with me.
I would never shoot out. That's why I was confused. I'm like, who does that legally? Like that doesn't sound legal.
Don't pick on my cousin Billy Bob Joe Swenson. He hunts from the back of his pickup while they're going down the road with spotlights.
That's right. He's
only hit a tree. He's only been knocked out of the back end 3 times by low-hanging branches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
he's part of the group that we were talking about. Laura, Bob, and I, Where were you, Gil? We were missing you.
An old friend of mine was
last
standing
night.
on
I was out of it.
Road.
I crashed early.
An old friend of mine was standing on a logging road, shot and killed a deer across the hood of his truck. Fish and Game caught him. He was in Eastern Washington.
Oh,
it cost him quite a bit because he got lucky because fishing
using the hood of his truck.
Right, you can't fire from a road, Carol, at all. In Washington State. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. Okay.
He got lucky because at least the judge, the judge said to Fish and Game, "Where's your proof?" Well, I saw him do it. Where's your proof? Where is the proof that he committed this crime? Well, I saw him do it. Did you take any photographs of the deer or of his truck? Did you where's the deer itself?
Due diligence.
Right. Where is the deer itself? What did you do with the carcass? Oh, just left it there. Yeah. And the judge said, "Get out of my courtroom."
They didn't even go get to a family in need. Like what the?
No, they left it there.
That was a screw up.
The guy was more interested in confiscating his rifle and all that stuff. But I guess when he left, he was in Eastern Washington when he did that. And the judge brought him up to the bench and said, "I don't want to see you in my county ever again." That's what he said to my buddy. Get out.
He was smart enough to hopefully heed that warning and lesson.
All right, we got Star Homestead India, and it's our abundance life here. It's our.
Hello, Star. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Abundant frozen life.
It's our abundant life. Yes.
I don't know. You're frozen if you're up near Q. Washington State. You got like where she's at. Is it Washington? No. Yes. She was getting a bunch of snow earlier this week.
Yeah. The northern states are getting some. let me knock on wood again here. We skated today. Today was 90% chance of snow. All day. It's supposed to be snowing all day. Then later tonight, it was supposed to be rain and snow from about 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock tonight. And then it was supposed to turn to snow. When I last refreshed it, the temperature outside had gone from 41, which it was earlier today, with the high was projected, it was supposed to be 37. It was 41, it was up to 42 degrees, and that was at about 7 o'clock when I came back from watching the grandsons for the last, from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock across the street.
We just had, it was the weirdest thing. We just had the wind symbol on every hour for our weather. Yeah. Breezy was the weather.
Like, oh, they changed. It changed. Something else just changed up.
Weird.
Okay, it's now supposed to be 90 to 60% snow tonight to tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, Friday, which was Friday, Saturday listed as 30% snow, is now mostly partly cloudy, and then mostly sunny on Sunday. And then we get Saturday, and Sunday we get 80% chance of snow. And then dropping back off again down to the 20s. And then next Tuesday, Wednesday, we're clearing up again. And 12 hours ago, it was solid snow the entire.
Is that coming Laura's way? Because they're getting ready to work hard on.
Right now, this is it's
muted, Laura.
It's kind of hooked. So I think what happened is it hooked more than they expected. So what's coming down from Canada hit. Washington is taking northern Idaho into Montana, and we're getting what's coming from Oregon across. So we're getting Bob's weather.
Okay. Yeah, I just told her, Star.
And hang on, Laura. Hang on. Let me make you dig. Okay. 48, 54, 58, 46, 50. Yeah. So, yeah.
She's got it. Good weather then.
It just went. Was that snow? Or on those 2 days?
Those 2 days, possibly.
You're muted. You're not coming across. Can't hear you.
What's going on with the signal? I think
more with the signal. Yeah,
it might be her signal.
Yeah, her signal. Yeah,
you're not coming. We can't hear you.
I can't hear you at all.
And you unmuted yourself. I don't know what happened.
Is your thing plugged in, or?
I have Christmas on too. Laura and I both have Christmas. Yeah, it is good, Star. I needed something like I didn't want tea. All
right. WD says ice and snowy where he's at, and he's in Oregon.
Oregon.
Over by Portland, I believe. So
I didn't even realize, right?
Close to old school.
I didn't know my brother lived in Portland too at one time.
Yeah, he's in Oregon over there. So
before they went down
Portland is northern Oregon, right? Yeah. And Bob's making more mulch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah,
I saw somebody mulching with wool, like leftover belly wool.
Yeah, that would work. That one. Oops.
That's her signal. She's trying to reset probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, wool should compost, but like human hair, it takes a while to compost.
Yeah, like deer hair out in the forest when you come across.
But then that means that's less you have to spend, de-weeding your beds. It's a good.
And
there she is. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna
sound still.
I'll make some flower pots out of the compost.
Is something on your cord possibly turned off? On the cord turned off?
Yeah, is it?
I'll make some of those compost or paper flower pots when the weather gets warmer, and I can form them and then
Cool.
set them outside, and hopefully they can dry up a bit. You know,
I wanted to try the folding. They do it with newspaper. It's like an origami pot.
I've seen all different types online. Yeah,
Mhm.
many different types. Yeah,
I'd like to do that.
I'm going to try again.
I folded little origami boxes for my stepdaughter's 16th birthday. Little black boxes for her.
nice.
And put candy inside of them.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I want to do this is so I don't have those little plastic flower pots cluttering. You know, I just want to make them out of paper and paper towels, hold them together, grow some nasturtiums in them, get them started, and plant them, and then, you know, just I'll probably take the paper towels off of it because they don't compost very well, and just be done with it. You know.
Yeah.
Is the volume turned down in StreamYard or on your computer?
Down near your mute. I'm afraid to even touch anything of my own. In your settings, it's okay. In your audio settings.
Yeah.
Voila.
Well, Moon over Miami's here. Hey, Moon.
Hey, Moon. Weird. Your picture is kind of going fuzzy in and out. It might be your signal, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
But we should at least get robotic. We should at least get robotic sound.
Yeah, something. She can hear us too. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird. And you unplugged your headphones completely?
Those dang gremlins. Little criminal gremlins are everywhere.
Gremlins. Yeah. Oh, Laura.
All right. Good night, Laura.
Yeah.
Good night, Laura.
She's doing
Barry, the link is in both of Courtney's chat ones. Yeah.
Sorry. You got it, Virginia.
Let's just I'm just taking a look and check.
Bill, you haven't been around to see Moon. Moon's always hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm. Virginia, I hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you around for a long time.
I know, it's so good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
VR, how are you?
Does she know you're digging a basement, Bob?
No. Tammy's already got a reserved seat for my basement. Yeah.
Although VR has learned to can, so she could probably be very handy helping Tammy, and they could get more work done.
Ooh.
Many hands make work light and go fast. Just saying.
Yeah.
I can't can at all, so
she's got a little of that Asian stuff going on too.
Mm-hmm, she does. Oh yeah, but then you might get killed over that, so you got to be. Yeah. You might want to choose just the white girls.
Well, it's got to be totally soundproof, so the missus don't know nothing. You know.
True.
Okay.
I don't know. You snuck out and had lunch with her that one time, so it depends too on.
Oh, I saw something pop up there, and then it.
Oh, that's
new. It already.
New. It's new. It's totally new.
Well, get this. Mrs. shocked me today. She came home early. She came home early.
There it is.
You know.
You get them? Mine is not caught
up
on the other side.
Boom. Okay. That was weird. Only one thing popped up, and it didn't show because I wasn't on live chat. There was only one only.
That might be why too. I'm not seeing it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only see one also.
Yeah. So I got him, nailed him, banned him from the channel.
Good. Sorry, guys, you don't get to.
And so I'm going to prevent any others, guys. I'm going to go in here right now, and I'm going to make them have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes. Boom. Okay. Now they got to be a subscriber for 5 minutes.
What song is that, Star? I like those words. I can't believe how American you are, and you're in India. Like all the stuff that you know from our culture.
YouTube.
I know, but he's just like so well learned. Like it's just has a great brain. I wish I had that.
It's that English, baby. That does it, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know, but he learned like dual lingual. I'm not good at being dual lingual. I should have Spanish by now down.
report. Pornography.
Yeah.
I'm reporting. Anybody wants to go in there on that one, you click on the three dots and you click report. Nothing else, just report, and then report it as pornography.
Yep, Star's a smart guy.
Virginia, who is it, honey, that he just gave you the lyric to? Who was that?
Yeah.
You're still here, Billy, so you're a sub.
You subbed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, like I was saying, Mrs. came home early today.
Oh, wow.
Hey, hello, hon. Hey, baby. You came home early, and she brought me more work to do.
Of course, it's a new house. Mine never ended. My husband was not handy until we got this house. Man. I did everything with the townhome, our first home. When we got this house, my dad and I were doing everything, and so we thought we'd let my husband paint. We came in, and he was filling the paint tray up to the top.
Oh, no.
And we both looked at him and went, and he got so embarrassed, and he got mad. He was like, he just didn't have a dad that showed him any of that stuff,
Oh, I see.
He needed somebody to take him under his wing, like my dad. Or to follow somebody around like my dad. That's what I did. Followed my dad around.
Yeah.
And he'll make you the instant painter because he hates painting.
Well, get this, Carol. She bought two bar stools for the kitchen thing, breakfast, whatever. And I was mentioning to her, well, one day we should go up to a paint store, a proper paint store, and select a red for the deck, and then why don't we select another color for the gazebo? Yeah, I want you to repaint the gazebo. Okay, but you're coming with me, because I want you to select the colors that you want. Are they open now? I'm like, oh, geez.
She's just so happy to be in her nest. She's so
exactly.
Happy.
Hon, I can't even start painting it until like July. When it stops raining, maybe.
Yeah, and you don't want to have the paint can sitting there separating.
Yeah.
Bingo. That's what I explained to her. Yeah. If we buy it now, the chances are by the time I open them, this not going to be good. I could mix. I could mix it, but that's still about 50-50 chance that it won't.
Yeah, it'll still be on the bottom of the pigment. I hate that when I go to remove paint.
If she doesn't want to go to the paint store, just go ahead and get one of their books that have all the little colors in it. Have her pick a color.
Yeah. Well, she wants to go. But I'm like, you gotta hold your horses, hon. Hold your horses. Rome was not built in one day.
You can even order samples online too.
That's right. It took 3 days to build Rome.
And then take her after maybe she does that and does like samples, looks at them herself.
That's a good idea.
You can show her how to paint a sample.
That's a good idea. Oh, she ain't into manual labor.
You can do this part, and you can come out, look at it in different light when we do have light.
Yeah, exactly. When the sun comes out next August,
just buy her some of those. They're the sample things that you can stick to walls. They're great. Okay. It's like a peel off, and it peels right back off your wall. And let her do it.
She wants bright Filipino colors out there, especially outside. I showed her the streamers, those triangular flags like they have all over the Philippines. I'm going to install those out there. And she's got all these plans. Like, okay, we'll get to it. She's not into manual labor. She's just not into it.
Yeah. Well, painting though, I don't know.
It's kind of therapeutic
in a way. Therapeutic.
Yeah, to me it is. I enjoy it.
Me too. I used to love to cut in before my neck went bad, and I didn't know it went bad until I was actually on a Habitat for Humanity paint job.
Oh no.
And I was doing the under the eaves trim, and I was the only one on the job who could do a good job. I was doing really, like, the foreman wanted me to do it.
I get it.
Saw the other kids doing it and slopping it up, and I was like, well, I'll try. And sure enough, I have a steady hand, and my neck was like a knot. It was awful. Anyway, I didn't even get that far. I'm like, I think I have a bad neck. I said, I can't do this like I used to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't. Years ago, when we were remodeling the house in California, I did all the stucco work up on the roof, ceiling, everything else, all that stuff. And then a couple of years ago, I redid one of the other rooms on there. Oh, I was in so much friggin' pain this last time doing it. It's like,
That's where like bone density, like as we age, we've got to get it checked, even though it's like they seem to only hone in on certain people for some reason, or they do just a certain test. Because as you get older, they didn't tell me, like with my mom, like they can just fracture. Your vertebrae can just fracture from age and not having enough bone density.
Sure.
Just the sound of that is frightening.
Along the lines of that, they found out that people that have reverse osmosis water filters in their house start suffering from bone loss, at an accelerated rate, because the reverse osmosis takes all of the minerals out of the water. Water, pure H2O is unstable.
Okay.
And it likes to grab other things to stabilize itself. Minerals and stuff. And so what they do when you drink it? What does it do when you drink it? It starts grabbing the calcium and iron out of your blood.
That's like distilled water. That's why when you're doing like a cleanse, you use distilled water to pull the toxins out, but then you have to replace immediately all the good stuff because it's pulling everything out. The bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't know reverse osmosis turns into like a distilled.
All right, Glenn, good night.
So then what do you do for purification instead of reverse osmosis?
I got a really good generic knockoff of the Zen water filter. I did a video on it, but I got the ceramic cone for it. I found one that is twice as good as the Zen. Instead of it being down to just a 1 micron hole, this goes down to half a micron hole.
Wow.
So and some people say, "Oh, your water filter's not good if the water just doesn't start filtering through." It's bullshit. If you pour it in there, the water starts flowing through really quick through the filter. It ain't filtering crap. Because I'll fill mine up, and it takes about 2-3 hours for 2 gallons of water to filter through. That means it's removing a lot of stuff, and then it goes through the ceramic one. Then it goes through. It has a 5-stage filter after that, which is charcoal and different minerals and stuff. So it picks, it takes certain things out with the minerals and puts minerals back in. So it makes it a lot nicer. However, there is when I got it saved, and this summer or spring, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy it, called the Zero water filter. I've watched other guys do comparisons.
They take a long time because it is zero. It really is zero.
And it is several different channels tested different ways. And the one guy did it scientifically. He goes, "Here's the water I'm going to use. Here's a mineral tester." Stuck it in there. Okay, we're at this. And he wrote down for all the water and stuff. And then he ran that water through the Zero, the Berkey, the Zen, and a couple others. And like the Berkey only took out on one of the tests. I think it was maybe the chemical. I don't know. It wasn't the chemical test. It may have been the hardness, removing solids. Hardness. It may have been up close, but on the other stuff that we take out all this bad stuff. It crashed and burned. Which
one was that? Wait.
Berkey.
Oh, Berkey. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if the Berkey was really true.
Well, I've heard Berkey is banned from being sold in California, Iowa, and 3 other states because
that tells you something.
Advertising.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Berkey tried to say, can't sell in California because California requires us to give up trade secrets. Bullshit. Sorry, I'm using the BS word a lot tonight.
Wow.
I'm
I
in
didn't
one
know
of
that
those
about
moods.
Berkey. It's funny because I was trying to think of what I was going to get. I guess I'll get the Zero. I had the Brita just because it was on sale, but I know it doesn't remove a lot. Zero was the best one I found too. It's just it takes a long time because it is filtering everything
Well,
out.
see, that's why what I would do with mine, I fill mine up at night.
Yeah.
I'm in bed while it's filtering. I come in and I fill, then I fill up I got 2 of these. I fill these up and then I refill it.
I need like 2 of them, a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, Tibor, I'm praying for you guys. That's rough. I'm sorry.
Doctor is on this week. She needs more testing. Oh,
yeah,
not good,
like
Tibor.
what we were talking about with the bone density. It might be
Yeah.
bone or liver with what showed up on a test. I hope it's just something that they can, like if it's a liver, I hope it's something they can flush out and it can regenerate. The liver can regenerate if you treat it right and pamper it.
Mhm.
You can.
Yeah.
In fact, I was just watching, it popped up. It was so weird. I was just saying, well, it's not so weird. It's meta. I was saying to Court about the mold in my house that was here, and that a few years later, of course, I start having symptoms of fibromyalgia. Well, mold toxicity and fibromyalgia have a lot of crossover stuff, but fibro is in my family. So it could be both. Like I could, because it used to be worse and my fibro kind of got better, which would explain my exposure. And then I'm not exposed and I've had years of non-exposure, like, because I was ripped out our bathroom. My dad and I ripped out a wall. We had masks on, ripped out a wall full of mold.
Oh. My son
Lord.
was doing that for a while, working for White Magic. It's a company in California, doing restoration stuff. And when they go in and they do it, first they'll cut a hole with a knife, pop it out. If there's mold on the back of it, they put it back up, tape over it, and then when they come back to do it, they seal the room off. They go in Tyvek suits with a mask, like hazmat. They go in
but
there.
the house was open for so long that all the spores were everywhere anyway. And the one thing I forgot to do was what we were talking about last night was renting an ozone, because Bob was talking about it. Bob was talking about not renting ozone. He was talking about his previous smokers.
Yeah, the ducting in the house. Yeah,
the duct work, and then the smell. The wife was saying the smell. The air is thick.
Oh, yeah, the air is thick.
It stinks. It's close.
Yeah. Come on, hon. You speak 5 languages. The air is thick. What?
I remember.
Stinks thick.
Yeah. When we had some mold in the ceiling, he was still working, and he brought home the gallon jugs of the stuff they spray on to kill black mold.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we sprayed everything, all the lumber and everything down when we tore off the roof. When we got the roof redone.
Yeah.
And that stuff's amazing what it does to mold.
Yeah.
But he says sometimes what they'll do is they'll spray it inside the house. They'll spray it on the 2x4s when they've pulled the wall off.
Yeah, we were spraying.
And they'll have it's kind of a hard sponge type thing, and then they'll start scrubbing, and it kills everything and it cleans it out.
Wow. Yeah, I wish we could have afforded a rehabilitator or whatever they're called. I can't remember. That's not the right word. It's close. It's like thick air.
Sometimes you just
and I speak the language.
What? Yeah, I know. The air is so thick. Can you open the windows? The air is so thick.
Oh, you haven't heard that? That's a saying. I grew up with that saying. If it's stinky and nasty, the air is thick.
I've never heard that.
Oh yeah.
Stink, stunk. Even Barry knows. Stink, stunk.
Yeah, stink, stunk. Yeah, Dr. Seuss.
Stink, stank, stunk.
I bet he is, John. Close to your 1,000. I finally almost
I picked up during this live. I've picked up 2 subscribers. One I know Joe sent over because of his wife. She subscribed. And then someone, Shawnee subscribed to the channel too.
Nice. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe to me too. I'm very close to 800. But, you know, I don't have much on my channel like Gray.
If you want to see Florida
There's not
side,
a whole lot to watch. Just go watch my shorts.
if you want to see Florida side boob, right there.
Oh, yeah, you might get to see side boob. Maybe.
Hey, P2E, how's it going? It's prepping to endure.
If you watch a video about my bananas, you'll get to see me afraid of spiders near the end.
I don't blame you.
That's the other thing. Back in Pennsylvania and West Virginia, they talked about it. It's just so thick you can drink it.
Wow,
I can't help myself, Virginia. I can't help myself. I'm a guy. We see that stuff, you know.
Gosh, even my mom did when I got a new bra and she was in the hospital. She's like, "Your boobs look big." I'm like, "Mom, really?" Something only a mother would like say to their daughter. Like, what are you wearing? Like, if I was a teenager, what are you doing?
Hey, Q, how's it going? Q's in the house. Watch fishes for thick air and side boob.
Possibly. Definitely the thick air in Florida. Thick from humidity. Yep.
Little tongue in cheek. Yeah.
Little tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, LG, you sweetheart. Thank you. I think most people here are so to me anyway.
Yeah.
We all kind of hang out together. But, you know, I had to plug myself. I never do. So I had to plug myself. Considering, you know, he's almost got 2 channels that are 1,000 and over. And what was it? Cam Patton is like up to 2. What are you up to over there? 2005 or 3 higher? Tell me.
Hang on. I will tell you what we're all right now. See if I've lost one or I picked one up.
2005?
Let's see what we got here. Hit the refresh.
It's got a lot of good info for people.
Whoa, 4,100.
Right
They're
on.
pushing you out. You're all of a sudden you're just growing. They're pushing you out, and then they see that you have.
They did for a while. It's dropped off. My views were my daily views were above 5,000 views a day, and a couple times there. Let's see here. It was up to 6,000 views for several days there.
Probably goes along with what's going on in the news.
They went and pushed the alternative fuels for oil lamps and emergencies. They pushed that one everywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of countries are wanting to know that, not just ours.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of Shadow Scout on that one with the heating too.
And so, like, I mean, on that one, the lamp oils alternative fuels in the last 48 hours, 600 views.
Oh, P2E said the word, by the way, remediation. He came in with it.
Yeah,
mold remediation is the correct term.
Yeah.
We couldn't
That's a big
afford
word.
that. It is. That's why it didn't stay in my brain. It just fell out the back door.
Wow. Just it rolled right out.
If it's really big, it just kind of hangs off the corner in the back. And then the next one pushes it, kind of like that coin machine where you drop in the coins. You never win, but you
I'm thinking poop troop on this. Like a Klingon.
My brain is kind of like a Japanese pachinko game, you know. Those ding, 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 ding.
Yes, that's me when I'm trying to learn something. I'm like a Japanese pachinko game.
Lifetime.
That's why I have that look on my face.
Okay.
People think I'm constipated, but it's just me trying to learn a new thing.
Holy crap. I didn't realize this. That one video, which was published in December of 2019, so 3 years ago, coming up on 3 years, 142,000 views.
Which one was that? The alternative fuel or
alternative fuels for oil lanterns?
Wow. Are people just not finding that stuff for their oil lamps?
It's like
they probably don't want to store a lot of it because it's flammable.
Well, no, it's not. Actually, it's not. And that's one thing I hammer on in the video and in the side chat.
Oh.
Oils are not flammables. They're combustible. Totally different.
Okay.
Diesel fuel is combustible. Kerosene is combustible.
Oh, great. So it'll blow up
Olive oil
instead.
is
That's better.
combustible. Lighter fluid is flammable. Gasoline is flammable.
Flammable.
Alcohol is flammable. In other
Okay.
words, at air temperature, it vaporizes and produces an explosive gas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
that's one thing. So you have whatever you put in there,
Oils, you don't get that, right?
you don't want it producing that where it can go.
That's gasoline will do that.
Yeah.
Gasoline,
Yeah.
alcohol, starting fluid,
Okay.
you know, well,
Okay.
you look on a can, if it says flammable, it does that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why gunsmiths, when they do a rebluing or rust bluing, they use kerosene. They cannot use gasoline. If you use gasoline, you're eventually going to blow yourself up because the vapors come off. It turns into a mist, into vapors, and then it will find a source of ignition somewhere.
That's like people who are like, "Oh, just clean your garage with gasoline." Yeah, okay, and blow up your house.
Especially when you got the hot water heater out there. It'll get it really clean.
Yeah. Our furnace and the hot water heater are right there.
Genius.
Yeah.
Just put gasoline in it.
Yeah. But I did find some information on it. I got on that video. I have a very helpful comment pinned, and there's a bunch of people commenting on it about for oil lanterns. The one person was saying, if you get a char cloth wick, and you get one that either get it with pre-sewn thin copper wires in it, or you sew it in yourself, it'll last. You'll burn brighter and last longer than a regular wick.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Will it give off stuff though? Because it's char cloth, it won't give off soot or anything.
The char cloth means it's already been burnt. It had the impurities burnt out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, it's Howie would be here when he's talking about biochar.
Yeah, biochar. I know what biochar is.
Same principle.
I make it too, but not.
I buy it in the bag. What exactly is biochar? I've heard it. I'm not,
okay, so basically, all right, you take a whole bunch of your twigs and stuff, and the easiest way to make biochar, you get like a number 10 can, and you have it put fire in it, and then you put another bigger can over it, and let it suffocate.
So you're basically making charcoal.
You are making charcoal first, and then you're charging
really fine, the real fine stuff.
Break it up.
And anything you take, you break it up into a consistency of powdered oatmeal.
Yeah, you can do pebbles too.
And the bigger stuff, you just char it again.
Yeah,
and you sprinkle it out there in your garden, and it's big enough that when you get certain bugs crawl across it, it tears them up. Their undersides up.
Well, that's the white stuff, though. That's
biochar does the same thing for certain ones.
Okay, but biochar too. Biochar usually you have to charge it. I always was heard that you're supposed to charge it with a fertilizer, and it's a slow release fertilizer and carbon in one.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to charge it for doing it. Howie doesn't charge it at all. Neither does the green wizard. His name just out of my head. Ron Nitzel.
Yeah.
So the only thing
David will put it. He'll put his
soak it with water.
Yeah, he'll put his swamp water over it. So it's not he puts that over it that he's been cooking the swamp water like you and I were talking about with the banana water, Bob. He just does that with all his scraps. He'll do that, and then he'll pour that over his charcoal, and then kind of till it in too.
That's good thinking. Yeah.
It gives your soil. Not that I don't know if you need it out there. You guys have got great soil.
Yeah, right? We do. Yeah,
you have really good soil.
A lot of night crawlers, and so it
makes good humus, is what it does. It just it gives structure to the soil too.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to tell you guys when we first moved in here, I put a video about that. Shredded boxes and divorce papers, and I spread it out in the bare spots in the grass. Do you know that almost all of that divorce papers has gone?
That's great.
the worms ate it, and it's just, and same with I had big piles of
thought you were going to say all
boxes
those
on it.
divorce papers killed everything that they touched.
They almost killed me. Hey, I'm a dude in Washington State. Think about it. Come on.
I put them in my garden, and suddenly that whole patch just died off.
Everything turned black.
Nothing grew there again for years.
The wind swept through, and it all turned to dust. Yeah, that's what I did, Virginia. I took because we moved, Virginia, just to let you know, we moved to a better location, and in the move, we found a whole stack of my original divorce papers from way back in 2004, and those went into the blender and all that, and it's got And I mixed it up with pulped up moving boxes and poured it out in the bare spots, and it's almost completely gone now. The worms have eaten it, and it's in the soil now, so it's like,
Oops, Shawnee just remembered. Good thing we started talking about worms. Tibor, that's awesome. He said my banana water saved the orchid, and it has 2 new stems. That's awesome.
Cool. All right.
They definitely need humidity. Orchids, a lot of people lose them up north because they don't have the humidity that they need. That's why bathrooms
it would die in 30 seconds in this house.
Yeah,
our humidity is down to, let me see here. Ooh, that's right. I took a shower and I didn't have the fan on, so it's up to 37.
That's where you put them. If you have room in your bathroom, hang them in the bathroom so they survive until you can get them outside again.
Yeah, our realtor bought us a orchid, and Mrs. had it above the kitchen sink for a while. I might go put it in our bathroom or someplace like that.
Yeah, you still have to make sure you feed it and water it, but it'll do better in a humid environment.
Oh, they grow like crazy in Mindanao, in the southern Philippines. Man, that they actually have farmers who grow orchids.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
That's what I always tell my husband. I was actually mad at him. He gave me roses for our 25th wedding anniversary, and I was angry. I was like, do you know what kind of orchid you could have bought me for that? Like, what kind of special orchid? Because I don't like to, now that I'm older, I don't like to see the cut flowers die. I like seeing the orchids come back and come back and come back.
Carol, my wife is sort of similar the same way. She, after the first couple of years of me buying her roses on her birthday and for anniversary and Valentine's Day, she said, "Stop!" I go, and so the next one came around. Okay, I can't buy. What are we gonna do? She goes, "We're going to the nursery."
Yeah,
went to the nursery, and she had me buy her 10 rose bushes.
There you go.
I got a rose
put those in
my backyard,
and she's like, "These will be producing roses," and so she brings it. When she has one, she wants to cut it off. She cuts it off, puts it in a bowl of water in the dining room table, and when it goes into the compost pile. And she doesn't spend any of the insane amount of money they're selling roses for in California.
Tibor, educated guesses, no.
Hey, Virginia, do like I did with your divorce papers. I put them in a blender, I put them in a blender, chopped it all up, and then poured it out in a shredder, threw it out in the grass in my backyard. Let's just turn it into fertilizer, make it worth something.
Those cross-cut shredders are awesome things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's great, Tibor. Definitely not expertise, just start over the years, just a few years been
a compost smoothie. That's right.
Take care of them. There you go. Yeah, compost smoothie.
Well, check my channel, Virginia. I've been chopping up boxes and stuff for weeks now, and just slop it out in the bare spots in the grass, and that stuff's, the grass is already growing up through it, and it's slowly sinking into the soil. But the first stuff I threw out in the grass was the divorce papers, and it's almost completely gone now.
I thought you were going to say that that spot is everything died.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it turned into the Sahara Desert in that spot.
It all died, turned into this, blew over to the neighbors, killed all their plants too, and down it went.
The
dust just kept blowing and killing things along the way.
The fence fell down, and next thing you know, every dog in the neighborhood came in and pooped right on that spot, right there in my yard.
Right. That's what happened. True story.
True story, I swear to
True story. Film at 11.
Okay. In 2 weeks, on the 15th, Thursday the 15th, I'm going to do the 24-hour live then. The reason I didn't do it today, because my daughter works the last weekend of the month. So she started work. So she did the last day of the month, being 30th last month, through Saturday. That's what she works.
Right. You're right.
Remember the last day she works there through the weekend. And so she's working, which means I have to watch the kids from 1:45 until 7 o'clock. So I can't do the live from over there.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, that won't work.
Be doing the 24-hour live. I'm not doing it next week because next week is the second Thursday of the month, which is city council meeting. And I would love to be able to do it, but I have no way to. I can't broadcast live from down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tibor. That stuff has crossed my mind about buying more night crawlers and all that. Yeah, it's crossed my mind, but it's winter time right now. If I throw them out there, they'll freeze. They're
be like, you bastard! Yeah. You sent us to our death.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have fished with you instead.
we just moved in here, so I will eventually get to the point where I'll get some red wigglers in a proper compost box or night crawlers, and the night crawlers.
Who does? Yeah.
Yeah. The night
don't
crawlers
get the jumpers. Don't get the jumpers.
The night crawlers are indigenous, so if they get out of the compost box, and then they'll just go right into the soil and keep doing what they're doing.
Hey, Bob, you can also take some ammonia and spray it out on the ground, an area you're going to dig up. You spray it out there several days before you're going to dig. When you go to dig in it, it'll be loaded with worms looking for, because they come to the ammonia smell. They're looking, where's the compost? Where's the compost?
Oh,
because I think it's breaking down. Yeah.
Interesting.
There's another way to get worms to come out of the ground. My dad taught me this because we used to go fishing frequently after dinner. You take it's not safe, but it works. You take a couple of alligator clamps and split an extension cord and bare the ends, attach the alligator clamps, and take 2 steel rods and drive them into the ground and clamp them on, plug it in, and the earthworms come right out of the ground.
Yeah, they do a special dance all the way up.
My uncle.
Yeah, the little middle finger of the earthworm.
My uncle, you got hold of some military surplus. The phones that had the crank on it, where you crank it, to make power. He did the same thing. He take that out, put it out there, and he start cranking it, and you see any movement, you start more and more, and they start coming up.
Didn't they used to somehow tamp the ground too, or tap it? And
some people do. Yeah, there's like a stick with bumps on it, and they'll stick it in the ground and rub. Yeah.
And they come up, which is the wildest thing too. They respond to that vibration, that sound vibration.
Well, here frequently you'll see them out on the sidewalks and different places because it gets so wet that they have to come out of the ground or they're going to drown.
Yeah, so that happens here too.
Yeah,
and they love my front patio for that. They come up and just die right there at the bricks in my patio. Nice. Yeah, it's like just poor things. I don't know how to save them. I don't know what to offer them to help them.
Prayer.
Yeah. It's more like last rites. I don't even get them before I can
throw it over the neighbor's fence.
Oh my God.
Hey, there are dead worms on my barbecue again.
Yeah, what the heck? Are they
It
up
would be
in the
good
tree?
payback for the stuff that we get thrown on our side from their kids. More or less, their autistic son Marvin will throw random things. I've been glad sometimes I haven't been in the spot that he prefers to throw in when he's thrown things. I'll just say that. But yeah, worms, I could see him doing that too. It would be a good payback if I did it.
We're pretty lucky. We got good neighbors here.
They're great neighbors, and he can't help it. But I'll be gardening out there, and there's a certain area that I have to be careful if he's outside. I can't go near it because you don't know what might come sailing over your directly.
Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like if he finds a bottle or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
How old is he?
He's in his teens now. He's much older now, and the parents are kind of torn if he needs to go somewhere. One wants him to, and another one is like doesn't want him to go anywhere.
Oh, I see.
He's severe. He's definitely severe. It's not mild or moderate. It's severe. It's sad. It's really sad. But even like I worry about Malachi because he got out of his seat on the way home today and got stuck because I tightened it down enough. And he is like scaring the crap out of me. I thought he got stuck here the way he's screaming. Thankfully, we were like real close to my driveway when he did it. And I get him out. It takes me a second. Like when I see it's not up to his neck, I took my time a little bit, hoping he wouldn't do it again. It's like pressed against his chest. He's just trapped. And nope, did it again. As soon as we went to pick her up tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carol.
Yeah. It's like there's no cause and effect. It's really, I don't know what we're going to do. So I was looking at behavioral ABA for him. I might have to bring them in and start that. It's just, it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. But yeah, so that's why, like, God designed us to be their neighbors and vice versa. Because
someone who could understand.
Marvin's hopped the fence. He scared the crap out of me in the middle of the night. That time I kind of gave his father a little, like, hey, if it wasn't me, your son might have gotten shot tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to figure something better out because it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
That was the night I screamed and Theron didn't even wake up, but he wakes up when we do these lives and I'm out there. He did. He was like dead to the world. And I'm like, and I'm right next to him. Like, good to know I could be strangled to death and you wouldn't even know it. But if I'm unalive, God forbid, you'll save me from that.
Let's see. Somebody a friend of mine on Skype was saying hi. Yeah.
Keyboard, you should not have admitted to that.
Oh.
What?
Well, he didn't say he did it. He said that's just happened. That just happened. That happened. He didn't say
worm jerky. Oh, worm jerky. No, man. No.
Yes, it is worm jerky on my front patio sometimes, T-Boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the birds would love it. I should definitely, Oh,
that reminds me, we got that big old raccoon. If I paint that deck, I better start early in the morning and hopefully it will be dry by the time nighttime falls.
In case he walks over it.
Yeah. Oh man, that would suck.
Bob, a couple days before that, sprinkle some hot pepper powder out there.
Yeah, some cayenne pepper or
get some hotter stuff. Yeah, get a little ghost pepper and sprinkle it out there.
Yeah,
just make a bear gel around.
Bear spray. Yeah.
A perimeter. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that would
Claymore mines, maybe artillery shells and Claymore mines or something. But, I've seen him on my security cameras. He checks out every avenue, and then he gets back on the fence and he takes off.
Yeah, trash panda.
Hey,
trash panda, yes, ma'am.
That's about one of the times you need to have the 410 with the rock salt in it.
I like the idea of things blowing up and him just flying through the sky. Make little mines in the backyard.
I could see him flying alive and unharmed through a neighbor's window and right through a window and then landing in their house.
A catapult with food on it. He gets on it.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, they love cat food. They love cat
They do.
Uh-huh.
Catapult with cat food. That could solve a lot of problems for people.
Of course, then it wouldn't be a catapult. It would be a cunapult.
Cunapult. What are you building there, Bob? I'm building me an Australian cunapult. What? A cunapult. Yeah. Never mind. But when I'm building a cunapult. Yeah. Never mind.
I can't say that. I can't even say the word.
I can't breathe.
No, I can't say it.
That was the perfect accent to do that with too, Bob.
Yep.
Oh man.
It would be great to see it happen.
Now, I was really quite surprised how I was thinking about taking that old junk pot that I'm going to use for a planter and getting rid of it. But no, I think I'll leave it right where it's at, because that worked really well when I banged on that cooking pot.
Yeah.
Man, he's like, what the heck?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
An old-fashioned, battery powered alarm bell. I think you hook that up to it, and you have the switch up in the house. Oh, he's out there.
Oh yeah, that would send him packing. Yeah,
I like that idea for sure.
Oh.
No, I don't mind him doing his thing. Just do your thing, dude. Just but that's the only thing that concerns me about is when I repaint the deck this summer. I don't want him walking on that. That would kind of piss me off.
Yeah.
I think some
Bob,
cayenne pepper.
You remember about 2 years ago when Tyler, let's talk about prepping, did the potato guns?
I think I do. I think I remember that going around.
Steve was talking about him stuff.
Yeah.
Enlarge it up. Make it something that the raccoon can just start to crawl inside of to get after the food. You have it it charged up like a chunkin' pumpkin. Choom!
Yeah. I got a machine shop. I got a machine shop in a lathe.
Something like that.
I can make a badass, potato gun.
Well, this would be a coon gun.
Coon shooter. It's a coon shooter. A what? A coon shooter.
We're launching the coon to the next county here.
It's a Brisbane coon shooter.
It goes with the, what is it? Depolt that I can't say.
Brisbane coon shooter. Come on, Yank. You want to see my Brisbane coon shooter? You want to see my Sydney coon shooter?
It's going to look pretty good there.
I need like a cough drop or something.
Oh, man. Hang on a second. I can find something here. I know this is totally wrong. But I got to do it.
Why is there a big hole in our fence? Half of it's missing. The coon shooter did it.
The coon shooter. Coon, I got to get my big old hat and turn it up on the side. What? A Brisbane coon shooter.
Oh my gosh! All this stinking animal rights people.
I can see. I can see some of my neighbors. What do you? See some of my neighbors. What are you doing? I'm making a Brisbane coon shooter. And then just stare at them.
You got the big 10-inch. You got the catapults. You got the trebuchets. Yeah. Inertia too. Oh, that's awesome. But where is it? Liberty.
You realize if you do that to a raccoon, they are highly intelligent. He will probably come back and crap on my car. Yeah.
Or just wait for you up back smoking a cigarette.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
I have some words.
The other one didn't compete.
Come here. Put down the pot. It don't work no more.
Yeah.
Pull out its little pistol. He'll bring his friends, the mob.
Yeah.
Those little fingers are very scary that they have.
Now they're highly intelligent because when he saw me, I have an old pressure canner full of that cardboard slop, and he saw that and he went, oh, that's a cooking pot. That's food. They're like, no, dude, don't come over here.
He used to somebody camping. He came from someplace where there's camping. You got camping around you?
Yeah, because we're in the foothills.
Open, used to somebody cooking over an open flame.
Or maybe one of the neighbors feeds them. I don't know.
Gosh.
Oh, dude, I saw that crazy.
Well, if you find out who, throw hot dogs that way.
I saw that crazy. I saw videos of that crazy old man who feeds them out there,
and they're all over him.
I know, they're all over him. Like,
how do they not eat him? I don't get it.
This huge Tupperware full of hot dogs, man. Like,
they must really like hot dogs.
Here you go.
Each other, I think they keep each other in check. Like the ones that have been getting hot dogs for a few years.
Probably, yeah. Don't blow
the
ones in check. Yeah. Say chill. Yeah, I think you're right. They are smart. They are smart enough to do that, Carol.
Yeah. I just like the way older dog will train a new dog that you get. Yeah. That's, probably the same with the raccoons. Like, this is the hot dog guy. We don't hurt the hot dog guy.
Don't dig up his garden. Don't poop in his yard,
We like the hot dog guy. We do it to the neighbor that he does not like. That would be amazing. They did have the one called Chuck Norris. I love it, LG. I missed that one. Perfect.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I had to find this one. Young Glory 2. One of the champions.
The pumpkin shooters?
Yes.
Wow, Gear. What?
4,000 feet.
Wow.
I don't think that raccoon's going to be coming back.
No.
For a couple of days. It's like, how the heck I get a mile away?
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
Aim them at a dam, and maybe the beavers will take care of them from there.
Well, yeah, you look at that, what the raccoons did in Courtney's garden. She planted an egg underneath her tomatoes.
Yeah.
They went after the eggs.
They pulled the yeah, you bet.
She said too, same thing. The rose bush ate the rose bush. I'm like, well, what? With thorns? Yikes. Yeah. I know the deer will eat the rose buds, but never heard about like anything eating the actual bush.
The tender shoots, there's not a lot of animals that eat the tender shoots.
Oh, the new shoots. Yeah, that makes sense, Gil. That makes sense. So then you won't get anything for that year because they kept eating all the new stuff. That makes sense.
And my uncle, the way he used to prune my grandmother's roses because how cold it got, he pruned it down to this high off the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the next year,
hard prunes.
I think my mom would do that with she had a trellising rose, and she chopped that thing way down every and at the end of the summer,
to save it.
Yeah, and then next year they would just grow like crazy, but
because it focused on roots. Yeah.
We've got a rose bush out, and they're left over from the last owners of this place, and with all those little tree frogs out here, they might not have any problems with pests. I think they'll probably eat all that stuff.
Was it in bloom when you guys at least toured, or no? You didn't get to see what type of rose it is?
Didn't get to see it, no. But it's still there. I'm not going to mess with it. There's also a couple of lily plants on the other side of the house that are, they're still there.
Some of the lilies are poisonous, but some of them are edible. Day lilies and canna lilies are edible tubers for roots.
Yeah, what the neighbors said about the backyard here, when the gal lived here, it was overgrown. They had to bring in a landscaping company with a bobcat, tear it all apart to get the morning glory and the blackberries and all that, to get it down to where the contractor had to hire a company to do that.
Yeah, they get out of hand.
Yeah, but the neighbors cut the front.
Oops. I just froze.
Yeah.
Did I freeze or Bob froze?
Bob froze. Because I can hear you, Carol, and I can see you moving.
Yeah, I saw you move. There you are, Bob. We lost you for a second.
Oh yeah, you guys shut off too.
Yeah, that's what happens when your line freezes. That's why I looked for Gil to move, and then he moved, so I knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
I know. It wasn't my line. It's the weirdest thing, though, when you just see yourself moving and everybody else is frozen. It's like the Twilight Zone.
I've had that happen more than once. Yeah,
So
certainly. Mm-hmm.
He was out having a good time. He was servicing the ladies in the
It's rut season. I'm going out there and I'm going to get me some.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, yeah, I bet gear. That's what used to happen to Gina and Chris when they would go out. They were all in the dumpsters, and there was one that was really brazen that Gina was concerned about.
Yeah, years and years and years ago.
Oops, cosmics are okay.
I'm counting back. It was actually before I got married.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for the College District Police Services.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I didn't work the graveyard shift. But they were short, and it was during the Christmas holiday season. So, okay.
That is funny.
I'm not going to get many daytime hours in. So I worked with a couple of guys there. And he said, we do not want to go behind the cafeteria, after such. So I go, why? He goes, there are some mean raccoons back there.
Mm-hmm.
I almost laughed, and I go, come on, I'll show you how you handle them. I had my Red Wing combat boots, all polished out, and big heavy ones on there. Went out there, and sure enough, there was this one big one came out and snarled and hissed at us. And I started to charge him. He started to charge me, and I took off full steam at him. And he saw I wasn't backing down. He went to try to turn around, and it was punt. Twice, 2 nights I did that. Third night, he was not around.
Wow. Punted a raccoon. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's punted a raccoon. They can get as big as toddlers down here.
This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, well, not just down here. I saw one in PA that was as big as like a 3-year-old standing up, eating out of my parents' bird feeder. Like, just, I'm going to have a snack.
Yeah, how they put eyes on you. They don't take their eyes off.
Yeah, they watch the house. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Just having some popcorn and watching the action in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we're the show. We're the people show. Like, no, wildlife is the show, and you're not the wildlife we want to see.
It's like a window is like a TV screen for them, Hey,
yeah. And Mom had gone out there at night to fill it. She's like, I don't know, there's something out there. So we waited, and she caught a picture of it. Something, Mom. Yeah, you're preschooler out there with fur on. It was huge.
It was baby Bigfoot.
Yeah, little baby Bigfoot. Yeah, but I thought it was going to be a groundhog, because once in a while they would have a groundhog that would be around the storm drains, because they had like a drain field in the back of their townhome they had. And once in a while you would see that the way they run, their whole body kind of just jiggles.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you'd see that. So at first when she said she felt.
All right, it's Carol's turn.
Carol froze.
Yep, her turn. What did Tibor say here? Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
That was your turn, Carol.
Yeah, I saw everybody went little.
Yeah.
That was weird. Anyway, yeah, we thought it would be one thing, and it was that huge coon. Oh gosh, ouch, Tibor. Yee. Well, yeah, they have little hands. I'm sure they can do brutal things to dogs. That's awful.
They got little hands with big fingernails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
My neighbor, he was before World War II. He was from Virginia or West Virginia, and he told me about raccoons because he would shoot them on his property instantly. He knew how.
Yeah.
He said back in those where he was growing up, they would hunt them, and they had dogs to hunt them, and lost one of his dogs because the raccoon ran right into the river, and the dog followed the raccoon into the water, and the raccoon got underneath its chin, grabbed the dog's ears, and pulled its head under the water and drowned his dog.
Drowned it. Oh my god!
They're that smart, guys.
Wow, that's
lost
horrible.
one of his hunting dogs.
And he couldn't shoot because the dog was there. Like he couldn't shoot at the raccoon.
He couldn't do nothing too, because they're going downstream in the river. There goes one of his hunting dogs.
Ugh, horrible. Ew, that's disgusting. A good dog's always missing an ear. Oh dear.
Missing one ear. He learned. The dog learned the first ear.
Yeah. Yikes.
Always missing an ear.
Fortunately, knock on wood again, I have not seen a raccoon around here. Of course, there's not much habitat for raccoons around here because we got all the flat farmland.
Yeah, they like the trees. They like the trees because we're in the foothills, and there's trees everywhere, and that's where I know. Because when my wife was asking me, well, why don't we see them during the day? Well, number one, nocturnal, and number two, they go up in the big trees and they sleep up there all day.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
One time this was a long time ago because it was our first apartment, and I'm hearing something that sounds like cats fighting, like a weird cat-like noise.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, what? Cats are up in a tree fighting? Like, what is going on? And because I saw the motion, and I can hear them, and then all of a sudden you go thump. It was coon came out of the tree, and another coon came down and was chasing it. I was like, what was it first? Okay, that was interesting. I went back to bed.
It was like, get away from my mate.
Probably. That, and we at the time lived near the dump. Maybe they dragged something out that was tasty and were fighting over it. Yeah. We weren't too far from it. It's funny because I was like, oh, why'd we ever move out of Broward, And it wasn't too bad. We drive down there. I'm like, oh, that's right. We live too close to the dump.
Oh, that brings them in. Yeah, same with bears too. Bears go to garbage dumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We didn't see any bears, thankfully. Hadn't had any bear sightings. We had but we had horse barns around there too, so the horses maybe had scared some of the bears off because they'll rear up.
Back when I was a kid, we went to Yosemite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And at Yosemite, they have an area where they dump all the trash cans at. And they just dump it off an area there. And then at the end of the week, they have a truck comes in, scoops everything up into the dump truck and takes it to the dump. Well, in the meantime, guess what's there all the time? Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they keep it far away from where everybody's camping. Good golly.
Oh, it's far. It's away from where everybody's camping. It's we had to drive like 10 minutes to get to it to watch the bears feed.
Yikes! No, thank you.
And so it's I get one of the rangers was saying by putting it all there, it keeps the bears from going into the campsites.
Yeah, I was thinking that's why they did it. That's why I was like, hopefully they put it way away from the campers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a bear attack years ago. I think it was here in Washington State, but it was a black bear, and a black bear was in a nature preserve that was near a dump, and they closed the dump down. And an emaciated bear.
Wow.
Most of them are ever, but one of them stayed there, and he we're all jammed up.
Bob, you froze when you said emaciated bear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they closed the garbage dump nearby, and an emaciated bear got on some nature trails and attacked a person. And someone passing by had a pistol and shot it and killed it. But they closed the dump, and there went its source of food. So it was starving, and it just went right after a guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yikes. Guy must have smelled like something delicious.
Well, he just had a heartbeat,
Yeah.
It was warm, and had a heartbeat, and smelled good.
Opportunistic, yeah.
Yeah.
Penny
It was starving.
Terrible. Yeah. For both of them, terrible. Camp or picnic in the Smokies, you'll have an encounter. Oh, no, thank you. I won't camp.
Up in the Sierra Madres, the mountains that that border Nevada.
Yeah.
You get run a lot of bears up there. Generally, though, they pretty much stick to areas where there's all the time living. Because like when we go camping up at the scout camp, there's bears near the scout camp. When we hike down river a mile or two, no bears. Because
they smell little boys and
food.
No, they smell the mess hall. The mess hall.
The kitchen, the garbage. Raccoons do the same thing. So do coyotes. They all do. They know that people are a source of food.
What's G9? I don't know what that is. G9 ammunition. Is it just a brand or is it a type of 9mm? Penny was saying G9.
I've never heard anybody hunting a bear with 9mm.
Depends on the size of the bear, maybe.
Anything I've seen is way too weak. Because most 9mm are a little bitty shell, no power behind it.
Yeah, I think this passerby that shot the bear had a pistol, and he shot it a few times and got lucky. At least it took off, and
it was a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It let go of the man.
Yeah, because aren't their skulls like super super thick?
Yeah.
The bear's skull.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's like 1:48 here. I'm gonna go. I'm like getting tired.
All righty.
But I love you guys. Thank you for having me up, Gil.
Not a problem. I love
that. Good night, everybody in the side chat.
I'm probably going to bounce out pretty quick too.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in about another 10 minutes.
All right.
Because that's when it hits midnight for me. So.
Okay. Bye.
All righty. Bye, Carol.
All right.
Yeah. There are a number of on record things for encounters where a hunter has a 38 for the sidearm, and he has a bolt action or something that only has a small amount of like 4 or 5 rounds, and they get run into a bear. And they panic. They hit the bear once or twice with the rifle, and the bear is pissed and comes after him.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
And then they go and empty the revolver into them because it's a 38. All it does is piss the bear off more.
There's been a few maulings here in Washington State where the hunter hit it with arrows or a rifle, and then they go to claim, go into the brush and get the bear, and more than once the bear is not dead, and you get mauled. Usually the bear doesn't kill him, but it tears him up.
Hey Brenda, how's it going? Yeah, the one of the things I learned from a friend of mine who lives up in Canada is even with hunting moose, you got to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because the moose will go down and just lay there for a minute, see what the heck's going on. If you start coming up to them, you're now the target.
True. I don't want to mess with a moose. I'm just dude, peace.
Yeah. But he said his dad always had a 45 with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another friend of mine, when he goes hunting, Gary would he hunted with a 308.
Yeah.
And with a 30-round mag on it. He goes, if I run into something, I want to throw if it's big, ugly, and mean, I want to throw some lead at it.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, for his sidearm, he had an old Colt 45, not the 45 911 my friends up at Dad in Canada had, the 44. I mean the 44, the 45 Peacemaker. That hurts.
Yeah. They come out a little bit faster than a 1911. Yeah.
And they usually have a bigger bullet in there too.
Mm-hmm.
More grains.
Yeah, heavier slug.
Mm-hmm. But now since Smith and Wesson and Taurus and who else, now they all have these 50 calibers, and they're not just bigger round. It's a friggin' longer shell casing too, massively longer by comparison.
Yeah. Well, some of those, I think some folks with those gigantic pistols, it's like, I don't want one. Now, I've fired 44 Magnum many times out at Smith and Wesson, and that's about as big as I'm going to go. I think the largest pistol caliber I ever fired was a 454 Casull, and it was a friend of mine's dad, and there was 5-shot cylinder, and it's just too much. I mean, I could hit it, I could operate it well, but I emptied the cylinder and I kicked it open and handed it back to my buddy, and I said, "That's a great pistol, a great round, but I think it would be perfect in a carbine action rifle." Like the one of those lever actions you were showing, the 44 Magnum and carbine in a carbine rifle. Yeah. Ruger used to make one a long time ago.
Yeah,
and then they started making in the 90s, I think, lever action and different.
Well, Henry started making a bunch. You can get the lever action full rifle with for 44. For the 45 Colt, not the little ACP.
Yeah.
For 357, for any most of those right ones, and they actually have a couple of them there. It's the 4460, I believe it is, which is the old school Western pistol and rifle combination.
Yeah. I thought mostly they used 4440, wasn't it? Maybe that was just like a longer version or something. But yeah, something like that. I wouldn't buy it because it'd be so hard to get the bullets.
Yeah. Let me look this up here real quick. Rifle again. Lever action rifles, and that is the 22. That one there. Come on, I'm gonna have to go to the big other page. Hang on. Okay. Is this the one? I'm just checking it out here. That's in the. Come on, what's the caliber on that one? They have the 44-40 WCF is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one here? They had a bunch of the 410s. They got the 30-30 side gate. They got the 45-70. Where is that? Those are rimfire gold boys. Where's Big Boy? Let's see what this one here is. Big Boy is it's 44 mag, 45, 357. Yeah, still shoot, can't find it now. But there was one that had bigger. It was bigger than the 4440 that they had in there. But yeah.
Okay.
Of course, back in the Wild West days, there were a lot of different caliber combinations.
There were so many different manufacturers too.
everybody was trying to get on it and make theirs a little bit different, make theirs a little bit more powerful. So you had the 4440 and you had the 4460, and then you had, a bunch of, all those ones.
It was like the 4570 government, and then there was also 4590 and a 45110. I think my grandfather had a 4590, but it got stolen out of his house, and that's long gone.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. There, one of the scouts out there, I know Kit Carson with him. I can't remember the guy's name. Holds the longest documented shot with a Sharps, 45-110. And the Indians were sitting back there, and they had them trapped down there. And the Indians were, work up and shoot and move back. And the guy was getting tired of it. And the one chief was sitting up there, and he just kind of sat there and locked on, and was watching the wind, the dust blow, and everything else. Fire went off and hit the chief. The Indians all left.
I heard about that.
All left on there, go like, hell no.
Yeah, that was back in the days of the old peep sight,
Iron sight, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what that is. The fold up one, they had peep sight, and they adjusted up and down for windage. I mean, for elevation, do the windage on it. And I mean, believe it or not, those guys back then knew some trigonometry without knowing trigonometry. It's like, okay, I go to there to there, and they could figure it out what they needed to do to hit something way the heck out there.
Yeah, it's for practice,
Tibor, I believe you could be right. That sounds about right. I remember hearing something like that. Sorry, I froze there again. But one of the pistols I'm looking at, and I just actually got, I've done a lot of research on it. I got to get hands on it, and that's a Glock. And I was so against Glock when Glock first came out. It was like, I was a gun snob. Okay, I admit it. I was a gun snob. Give me a Smith & Wesson or a Ruger or a Colt, and but it's the Glock G29 SF, small frame, single stack.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the 10 millimeter, and it can eat 10 mils and the Smith & Wesson 40 all day long, because it's got it's the ramp going into it is a little bit bigger, so that neither one catches and they just slide right in.
Yeah.
I want to try one of those out, and if I can handle it, I'm going to get in trouble with my wife.
Yeah.
Here's yours, Matthew. Here's yours, Alex. Here's yours, Megan's. Here's yours, and here are my two.
Yeah. I think for me and mine, Mrs. and I, we've got enough for us, but we'll see. It just depends upon the thing that gets me kind of a bit concerned is 2 years from now.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the Seattle area, and anything could spark all that nonsense again. So, but that's why I've gone to work and got all the logistics done, the holsters and everything, that's my job. The wife selects the handgun that she likes, and then it's my job to take over from there, to get everything. The only thing that she selected so far for her pistols was the pistol itself, and then her concealed carry holsters. Everything else, like the belts with the speed loaders and on and on and on, that's up to me to do all that and put it together. In fact, that was one of the things I was waiting for when we moved in here, to get the movers out, because they had to take a king size mattress upstairs. And once the mattress guys left, that's when I hung up some racks with all the pistol belts are up there, they're hanging right up in sight. They're all clearly labeled, and at a moment's notice, we could just grab and go.
Arm up and go.
Yeah, because I have not forgotten 2 years ago, and I'll never forget that. a lot of people, have forgotten. They've got memories like a goldfish. I haven't forgotten it because this whole area was on fire.
Yep.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure that. So we got quite a bit of stuff already in place, and well, same with if we got a shelter in, we got enough to eat and enough water and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up next.
All right. Let me pull this up over here real quick. All right. So tomorrow night on Camp Pet and Family Compound, the topic is human-powered gadgets for living without power. So we're going to be talking about different gadgets and things you can for human-powered things to get by if the grid goes down for any significant length of time, or if you just happen to be moving out in the middle of nowhere, saying, "Screw you guys, I'm going to go out here and live a freer life." But that's the topic for tomorrow. Monday currently is got an open chat, but I'm trying to get, if I can get Ben to come in off his busy schedule and come up here with me. We'll be talking about portable power stations, solar generators, because that is a field that is changing faster than you can shake a stick at. I mean, just some of these companies are investing money into it, and they make one, and they get all this feedback. They change it, come out with a better one. Next year, they come out with even a better one.
Yeah,
and bigger, smaller, all more versatile. Mm-hmm. And there's more of them now that are coming out that are, you get to the units and it has the connection thing on it to give you real 240 volt.
Okay, so, that's cool. Well,
yeah. Hopefully I'll have, if I can get Ben, hopefully we can have them on Monday. But next Tuesday here is preparedness supplies for Christmas presents. Talk about all the cool things you can give somebody to help them become a prepper that they're not going to hate you for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do then. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here now. I want to thank everybody for coming up here. Laura in the beginning, and then Carol, Bob, and everybody in the side chat coming in and sharing the information. And yeah, it's Camp Pet and Family Compound. It's over 4,000 right now. So in 2 weeks from tomorrow, we will be having a giveaway. And one of the things I'm giving away will be a $100 gift card for channel members. So there'll be more on that. I'll be doing a video on that and talking about it more after I get everything lined up on that. Okay. So everyone, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water, food, medicine, clothing, skills, and anything else you can think of that'll make your life easier. Mm-hmm. Take care, folks.
All right. Peace out, everybody.